And we go from that directly into Yoshi's Woolly World, which is probably the most inappropriate transition since Smash Brothers Melee into the last game I played. So here it is. Yoshi's Woolly Wormhole. If you don't play Twilight Princess soon, I'm going to cry. There's rumors of a remake, of an HD remake of Twilight Princess that are becoming more and more likely, and I'm just waiting to hear about that. And also, I wouldn't have streamed Twilight Princess until after Fallout 4 anyway. So, no cry. No cry. I will become Wolf Link soon enough. It's my favorite album of 2015. There's 3 that I've been listening to a lot this year. Tame Impala, Currents, which is not my favorite, but I did listen to it a lot. Blur, The Magic Whip, which I really loved, and I still listen to. And also, another one by Mac DeMarco. Which is only 8 songs, but I really, really like that album a lot, and I can't stop listening to it. And there's a few more, but those in particular. What do I think of this OST so far? I really like this. I think it's a really good soundtrack. Compared to some of the other Yoshi vomit from Yoshi's New Island, this is definitely an improvement. So anyway, back to Yoshi's Woolly World. If you missed my previous Woolly World streams, basically, I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest to become a human dinosaur. Yoshi's dream. See, this is all a dream. Yoshi's dream is that he could wear a condom, which is visually manifested subconsciously in this dream that we're playing by the things that we're seeing on the screen. Those things right there, those 3, those are the condoms. So by the end of the quest, Yoshi is to become a human dinosaur so that he can wear condoms. So that's the story of the game. Also your wool. I'm telling you, if Nintendo wants to make some serious cash, they should branch out, like start doing like Legend of Zelda condoms and stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's just endless potential. Oh hey, I remember this dog. There's just endless potential for marketing and merch opportunity that hasn't been tapped into by Nintendo. Oh, I see how this works. Jump. Jump. You got in there, now finish the job. Does Doge collect? Yeah, he collect. Jump! Jump! You know, I didn't even realize for a second. Just for a brief moment, I did not realize that there was more to the level than just the left. That was kind of dumb of me. I really do like this game, though. I think this is a really fun game to watch and to play. And it's Yoshi at its best, which is simple, colorful, and lots of innuendo. But mainly simple and colorful. Oh god, come on, come on, come on. It's weird because, yeah, Yoshi's New Island looked so much like Yoshi's Island, the original, that it almost seemed weird to me that I didn't like it as much, because it looked exactly like it. I guess that doesn't work. But then you kind of realize that Yoshi's New Island was uninspired dreck with nothing new, or anything that was new, it just didn't feel good. The music was bad, the level design was questionable, which is, I think, why Yoshi got handed right back to Nintendo's main development studio, or whatever studio handled this, which I believe they put some serious time and resource into this, as opposed to some of the other ones. Which is good that Star Fox is getting a similar treatment. You know, like Miyamoto was directly involved, because Star Fox just, I don't know, strayed quite a bit. And I'm glad Star Fox got delayed too, because it kind of looked... I don't know what they're doing graphically, if they're doing anything graphically. But Star Fox Zero didn't look that amazing. Like, people were like... not overly excited for it, myself included. Like, it was just like, oh right, yeah, Star Fox. Like, what happened? What happened that Star Fox became eh? Whereas it used to be, oh my fucking god, it's Star Fox. Is it the on-foot segments? Is it just the, you know, the sequels that did nothing interesting? Star Fox 64 was so perfect. And then, just nothing for a while. Nothing that really kept interest. Just weird directions for sequels that just made the franchise kind of boring for me. So anyway, Star Fox Zero actually looks like a return to form, but it still couldn't drum up a level of excitement for me that I thought it would. And graphically, people were kind of tearing it apart, saying it looked like crap. I liked Assault too. Like, there was a few moments in the Star Fox series, post-64, that were good. I really do think that there was some... Motherfucker. I really think that there were some great moments, but there was never quite a game that managed to do everything well like Star Fox 64 did, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm happy that it got delayed. I'm sad that our major Nintendo releases this year were kind of underwhelming, but it's hard to compare to Smash Brothers last year. I mean, Xenochronicles X, that's one of the big titles this year, I guess, for Nintendo, but not really interested in that either. But that's not because the game doesn't look good. Aside from the faces of the characters, they look awful. But aside from that, the game, I think, looks pretty good. It's just, I don't know, not kinda not my thing. And also, it looks to be a really, really, really long game. So, we'll see. I mean, I think it'll be... I think Xeno Chronicles X could be really great. But it's, it might not be the... It might not be something I purchase. I might let that one go. What else? Oh, yeah, so Mario Maker was cool, but it's still not as big of a game as Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers was just fucking huge last year. So right now, my excitement level for Nintendo and its games is kind of low. Just in general. Like, I gotta be honest, even the new Zelda game, as much as I want it, it's not really... Like, I'm not losing my shit over it. But then again, we haven't really seen too much. So, I don't know. And there's not a whole lot else they have in development right now that's really got me, you know, excited. Oddly enough, the fucking DLC for Smash Brothers has got me more excited than any other thing. I guess there's no more flowers. Well, I mean, there's gotta be more flowers. I don't know where they are. There it is. It's that last flower I can't find. Got it. What would Nintendo have to do to make you excited about the future direction of their games? I don't know. A really, really good Metroid game would be a good start. F-Zero would also be helpful. What else? If you shoot Lakitu, you can ride his cloud. Oh, that would have been where the last flower is, probably. I liked Splatoon. And I liked Nintendo taking a chance with the new franchise. So I would love to see more. I would really, really like to see more of that. You know. I want to see something from Nintendo that's mature. You know, not like Blood and Guts. I mean, it maybe, but something that's like rated like M. And just see what kind of, like, see what they could come up with. I'm not talking about like something gratuitous, like Call of Duty, like, "Damn, my muscles!" I'm talking more about like, what could they do with a series that's a little bit more on the mature side. And I'm talking first-party developed, not published. I liked, and again, the Wii U had like Bayonetta 2. And there's some pretty good shit on the Wii U. But I think they're pretty much abandoning ship. I read somewhere that the Wii U is sold worse than Dreamcast did. In a comparable amount of time, or something like that. I don't know the exact stats, but maybe the NX will be the shot in the arm for Nintendo. I mean, I like seeing Nintendo work with third-party developers. Oh god, that middle one. I love the idea of this being like an ultra kiddie game. And some, like, fucking 7-year-old, like, oh, I can count on Nintendo. Nintendo's gonna do online functionality, and they're gonna make sure that no babby gets hurt, ever. And then there's just that. It's like people subvert the system and find ways to put dicks in their games. See, that's a thing that Nintendo, I think, I would like to see improved. Which is their online. And also, they need to stop defending babies. Like, You know, like the fucking no voice chat stuff, the fucking friend code stuff, the not being able to downvote levels in Mario Maker, and that's just a few things. Like, stop protecting babus. You know, give parental controls. Sure, like, give parental controls to the parents. Make your kiddie games, but also give the option to have less protection. I don't know. There's a lot that I love about Nintendo, but there's a lot more that makes me aggravated. So, however, one thing that's not making me aggravated is this music and this level. So yeah, maybe, like I was saying, maybe the NX will be a good thing. Maybe maybe it's a blessing in disguise that Nintendo, you know, got a little lazy with the Wii U. And, you know, it sold like shit. Maybe that's a sign that as a company they need to take another risk like they did with the Wii. The Wii was a very good risk for Nintendo, I feel, but it just, they weren't able to back it up. I know so many people that bought a Wii and then just didn't play it. Like, they played Wii Sports a few times. It was like the flavor of the year. Everyone had to have one, everyone got one, and then they stopped playing it. However, that said, I really loved the Wii's first-party lineup, and there's some good third-party games too. Some really decent entries in the Nintendo franchises. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 in particular were just flawless. So they really did a great job with that. But then the Wii is, I meant Wii if I said Wii U, but then the Wii is also the system that kind of fucked up Metroid, so, I mean, I don't know what to think now. Skyward Sword was okay. So I don't know, it's who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what Nintendo has to do? To get me excited, that's a different story. To sell, that's, I don't know. I'm still amazed that the PS4 sold so many units when it still, to me, does not have anything worth selling that many units over. This is coming from someone who has an Xbox One, and I use it for TV. You know, I use my PC for any other type of gaming. Was the marketing of the PS4 really that good? Or was it the name recognition? The brand recognition? I mean, sure, if you're gonna play third-party games, I think the PS4 is the choice, is the way to go. But yeah, I'm just, I don't know, I'm just ranting. I don't really have a whole lot of a point right now. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to, in some ways, formulate in my head maybe ways that Nintendo could sell a system again. You know, like, does the NX have to be really cool? Does the marketing have to be great? Does it have to be, like, kind of mature? Does it have to have, like, sleek edges? Does it have to have a gimmick? Or does it have to just do what it does incredibly well, like the PS4 does? It was all because Xbone marketing was so crappy that people thought PS4 was better. Well, they did. The Xbone had a horrible E3 showing, and that momentum had never really, that negative momentum for X-Bone never really left them. A dedicated Halo machine, basically. That's what you're paying for when you get an X-Bone. Some other stuff too, but you know, Rare Replay Collection is pretty cool, but I don't know. I've played it twice so far. Didn't. It's all the stuff that you know what you're getting. I don't know. I'm being very cynical right now. I think basically what I'm discovering, like, as I go further into this train of thought, what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to like formulate in my head is fuck video games. Like, every time I come across a point in my head that I want to relate to you guys, it just distills down to fuck video games. I missed a flower. There we go. Yeah, I mean, people are saying the PS4 has Bloodborne, Uncharted, Street Fighter V, Last Guardian. Sure, I mean, there's definitely some great games for PS4. Here's a tip for you guys. If I have the X-Bone because of a very, very generous viewer that was extremely amazing, and I appreciate it, and I do really like it for a few reasons. But generally, I would have preferred a PS4. Despite not really having too much interest, whoa, in many of its games, I would have chosen a PS4 over the X-Bone. Which, is it marketing? Is it name? I don't know why. I really don't. I wouldn't have played many of the games that you guys are like, I never played an Uncharted game. It's just, it's weird. No, I don't really don't need... Oh god, there's that fucking yarn dick again. If I had a PS4, I would probably touch it once every 2 months. Seriously. I'm being called ungrateful. I'm grateful for the Xbox. Was the first statement I think I said. But, I guess that's not good enough. I have to prove it. Alright, how about this? I'm gonna take a picture of me in bed with the X-Bone. I'm gonna put the X-Bone on my pillow, and I'm gonna hug it. And I'm gonna, like, put my juices on it. And I'll take a picture. Will that prove that I love my X-Bone? The crazy thing is, I probably use the X-Bone more than I would use the PS4 for the TV capabilities of it. So. But, you know, I've had a few good streams with it. Halo, Rare Replay. I don't dislike it. I'm just saying, in general, the PS4 would have been... That would have been my choice if I had to choose between the two. And I really am not sure I'm not really too sure why that would have been the case. Secret. You could steal their yarn indefinitely. Would I play Bloodborne? I don't know. I'd probably give it a shot. Was not a huge Dark Souls fan. So, yes, I know. Trust me. I know how you feel. It's an outrage. It's a shock. Vinny doesn't like Dark Souls. A guy who's bad at video games doesn't like Dark Souls. Wow. What a shock. Wait, what the hell? What is up here? What am I doing up here? Oh, that. There's been some rumors about the NX, Nintendo's next system, that it'll completely change the way you play video games. I swear that was like a press release or something, or like some news article about it, or it was some press release for the investors, I guess. And it's funny because we heard that with the Wii U, and we heard that with the Wii. Now, the Wii U did not change the way we played video games. So I'm really, really curious to see what Nintendo's got up their sleeve this time. For better or worse, the Wii changed the way we play video games for a short time. I don't know if the effects of that are still happening, though. It seems like motion controls are more or less, you know, I mean, look at the main controllers for the Xbone and the PS4. It's pretty much just controllers. I mean, even this game, you know, I'm not using the touchscreen on the Wii U. I'm just playing the game as I would normally, like with a gamepad. So it's almost like the motion control stuff kind of took a backseat. Splatoon has some... Whoa, that was close. Splatoon has some decent motion control use on the Wii U. And there's a few other games that use it well. The second screen is convenient. I'm using it right now. I'm looking at the second screen while I play this. And it was good for the level editor in Smash. So it definitely was good. Like, the Wii U's main functionality was pretty good for a few things. But also not particularly revolutionary in my reckoning. Mario Maker, I think, is probably one of the best examples of why the Wii U is really good for what it does. The touchscreen in Mario Maker, it's a joy to use. It really is, and that's something that Little Big Planet doesn't quite have, or any other console editor game. So there's some really, really good functions for the Wii U, but it did not revolutionize gaming. So what's the NX? Is it going to be virtual reality? Is it going to be like heart rate? Like, does it detect brain waves? Does it like insert Nintendo franchises directly into your brain? Is it a dedicated Smash Brothers machine? Is it a console that is... Alright, is it the console that is the first to feature an open-world Pokemon game? Like, a fucking massive, beautiful-looking Pokemon game. Think like Skyrim, but Pokemon. It's like Skyrim with Pokemon. How the fuck am I supposed to get that? Come here, bat. I need to jump on you. That almost seems like a very obvious system seller. the open world, like, Wii U Pokemon game that looks gorgeous. You know, it seems like everyone was talking about a game like that for years. It almost seems like, why has this not been done? Especially when you're in fucking crisis mode. The NX helmet. It's gonna be, like, the NX's main function of control is gonna be like the Power Glove from the NES days. Except it's gonna be called the Power Chode. Nintendo fans are a weird bunch. This is me speaking from experience. Because when you're a Nintendo fan, and I mean, like, you know, you love Nintendo's games, you kind of want something new, but you also want the same old thing. Like, there's this weird kind of desire to relive the nostalgia and the glory days. And to go back to the SNES days and, you know, because that's when Nintendo was at their best, arguably. For many people. And yet there's also this desire to get mad at them because they don't do enough new stuff with their franchises. So it's fucking bizarre, because me personally, I would love a new Metroid game, but my ideal Metroid game is just another Super Metroid type game on the Wii U with a Link Between Worlds kind of style, like 3D, side-scrolling, beautiful, long, and just everything about Super Metroid that was good, but more of it and better. Which contradicts what I was saying earlier about how I would also prefer that Nintendo make some new fucking franchises like Splatoon, because it worked out really well with Splatoon. So it's weird. Being a Nintendo fan is a very, very weird thing. The love-hate, the new, the old, everything about being a Nintendo fan, it does not make sense. So what happens is Nintendo ends up giving us a little bit new every now and then, but mostly old. And so, you know, we're just supposed to be satisfied. Like, look what I'm playing right now. This is the type of Metroid game I would like. Yet here I am playing this, and as much as I like this, I'm not, like, blown away by it. It's just pretty good. Honestly, it's just kind of one of those things that I wasn't exactly excited for. But I don't want to say I'm killing time, because I am enjoying the experience, but it's not like blowing me away. It's just fun. And it's nostalgic. It just looks great. I think probably Nintendo's most successful attempt at blending the old with the new was Mario Galaxy. That was, I think, one of Nintendo's finest moments. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are both just, like, perfect. They really, really are. I like Link Between Worlds a lot too. I thought that was great because For as much as the nostalgia kind of damaged it in some ways, but mostly didn't. Like, the nostalgia worked for it, I feel. Yet it felt new with the new mechanic. But it was still pretty much... It was still pretty much exactly what I said. It falls into the trap of nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. Did I enjoy Mario Sunshine? Yeah, I did actually. I love Mario Sunshine. I think it's a great game. And it's very memorable. But I liked Galaxy better. Sunshine was more challenging though. I wouldn't mind an HD remake of Sunshine, but how about this? Super Mario Sunshine 2. With a lot of the same tools. Like Mario... You know, it's weird because the Mario series, you could make sequels to sequels. And they would be good. Like, you could do a Mario Sunshine sequel. And just fuck around with different ways to use the water cannons. And, you know, take us to different islands and give us some of the same mechanics from Sunshine, but expand upon them and give us new ones. And I think the game would be sick. It would be great. Galaxy? Well, we already got a sequel to Galaxy, but I mean, I wouldn't mind a third one, would you? I'd be fine with that. You know, Nintendo is definitely one of those companies that some of their sequels are so good that they could have their own sequels. You could make a direct sequel to Majora's Mask. I don't know how, but you could. You could, you know, set it in Termina. Again, Link goes back to Termina. Who knows? The Prime series for Metroid had sequels. Yeah, I mean, it's been... God, Nintendo's been making games for a long time, so they've got a lot to choose from. They have a ton to choose from. So, as I say, the summation of all this, just this ranting, is that I want good Nintendo games, I want good sequels, I want new stuff too. Which means that Nintendo probably should open up some more development studios and get some more of their top men to work on these games. But they also have to get, you know, with the 21st century a little bit better. Because that's definitely still lacking, I feel. 2015 is not a time to have horribly laggy online in your flagship series. And to not have voice chat in your other online games because you're afraid someone's gonna say fuck. So. But, I mean, maybe... Rest in peace, Satoru Iwata. But maybe now the company is taking some slightly different steps. Like, they're doing their first mobile games. You got a Pokemon game for the cell phone, and you got Miitomo, which is like you meet people through Miis. It's like a Tamagotchi life kind of look to it with Miis, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain, but, so they're already branching out a little bit. So maybe there is hope after all. Someone in chat just said Nintendo is run by an inner circle of very old men. If Nintendo's around in 20 years, they'll be better then. Maybe. Here, I'll give you an example of something kind of interesting. I'll tell you guys a little story. Check this out. I got contacted by... I wasn't going to say anything because I'm not sure how this is going to go down yet. It seems like it's going in a positive direction, though. So, I was contacted by Square Enix to check out Just Cause 3 and some of their other games. And I was like, yeah. Yes. You know, so I responded, had a correspondence with Square Enix, and they were great. Really nice person I spoke to. I'm gonna be filling out, you know, just checking out games. I made sure if a game is shit, I'm allowed to say it's shit. You know what I mean? Like, they'll send me a key like they would send a reviewer a key. Meaning, I can still say the game is bad. Because that's #1 most important thing for me, always. But anyway, so I said yes. I said, this is great. I feel very privileged, very lucky. I said, I also have a 3DS capture card, so I'd be able to play, you know, I'm a pretty big Final Fantasy fan, and I noticed Final Fantasy Explorers is coming out, and there's some great stuff that Square Enix has on the 3DS that I wouldn't mind streaming as well. You know, I can't guarantee I'll stream full games, like 100% through, but I'd be happy to check them out. And the correspondence was nice about it, but, you know, basically the idea here is that that's the Japanese version of Square Enix. And they're a little bit behind the times. I'm trying to be nice about this, right? I'm trying to say this in a neutral way, if possible. They don't really know what it means to, like, kind of contact streamers and how beneficial that is. They don't really take credence in a lot of the things that Square Enix of America might be interested in. So basically and also too, there's a language barrier. And they said it might be difficult. I'll try, but it might be difficult to make that happen because, you know, antiquated ways. Now, assume that's Square Enix, right? Think about Nintendo, which is run by even older men, which is also very, very, very... Like, there's an even bigger gap between NOA and NOJ. There's a big cultural barrier, and, expecting them to just kind of pick up on it and get with it immediately is going to be kind of tough. But it's really cool, though. Just in general, just to kind of commend Square Enix. I think that's awesome. I'm happy they're reaching out to me and other streamers. And it's nice to see that there are AAA publishers and developers that actually know that streamers help sell games. And, you know, want to give away, like copies of their games for giveaways. Like, I actually got contacted about that, too. Like, giveaways, potential. And that's something, like, I'm not really a prolific streamer by any means, nor am I a prolific YouTuber. I have a pretty small audience compared to a lot of people. I'm happy with it. But even that small audience can go a long way with word of mouth, and I think that's kind of what Square Enix of America has realized. And I hope more people realize that. When there are companies out there that are just looking to shut it down! Oh god! Oh, you donkey! Shut it down! I'm streaming our video games! They're raw! Oh no, dear, we can't have this. I'll take down his fucking channel, mate. Oh, we don't need him! He's playing our games! No one's gonna want to buy them! I'm looking at you, Nintendo. But then there's the line of, like, where does fan content end? So as much as I like Square Enix for what they're doing, like who do I blame for getting the Chrono Trigger stuff shut down? Like, all the fan projects for Chrono Trigger. You know what I mean? and various other fan projects that would have been completely non-profit. So there's, you know, there's always some level of it's kind of tricky. It's kind of uncharted territory in some ways, because yeah, where do you draw the line? Like, is it okay to make a fan game of Mario, right? But Mario has a really big dick in the fan game. Is that okay? If, let's just say, you're not selling the product, you're just making it for other fans to enjoy. Are you detracting from what is intrinsically Mario by giving him a big dick and putting him in like underwater Rapture Land? So it's, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a gray area. I personally think it's fine to give Mario a big dick if you want, because that's your right. That's your right as a fan. It's like, what are you gonna tell people they can't dress as Mario and Link on Halloween? Or Cloud, because, you know, it's infringement? So, yeah, it's a complicated issue, but I think deep down, I think a fan of something, you know, they're gonna do it anyway. They're gonna do it anyway. Someone drew a weird body pillow of me. Yeah, I hate it. I don't really like it, even though it makes me laugh a little bit. And it's like, well, what am I gonna do? Go on the internet and be like, hey, you should take this down from the internet, because it's on the internet and it's bad, you shouldn't have it. You know, the internet has changed things irreparably forever. And now, instead of fighting it, we have to learn how to deal with it properly. Is Vinny even awake or sleep gaming? This is a previously recorded, clip of me playing Yoshi. I am currently playing this 4 days ago, and I've decided to play the clip and just speak over it about infringement. To be honest, there's not much going on in this game that I could comment on. Aside from, well, I made that jump. Oh, look, fire. Oh man, zippers. So I kind of just am engaging in idle chit-chat to fill some of the blank dead air that would have happened otherwise. Okay, got that. Gee whiz, that shy guy over there looks angry. That's Nintendo approved commentary. Gee whiz, look at that shy guy feller. You know, one day if I wish to work for Nintendo, I have to stick to that kind of stuff only. Oh man, I just found hidden gems. I have yes, I have a gaming double. That is correct. My gaming double is Imakuni. Imakuni is playing the game right now, you see? She's in the chat. And she will be your guide for this evening. See, I'm trying to think, like, if I made a game. You know, if I made a game, how would I feel? Well, then again, people have been making remixes of Trolls and Goblins and other music of mine and just posting it on their SoundCloud. They're not charging for it, it's just there. So, and I don't care about that. I think that's great. It gets people engaged. It reminds people that my music exists. And it shows me that people care enough about what I do and what I've created to work on some stuff for it. I think that's pretty good. So you know what? That's how I feel. Fan stuff is fine. Because you're fans. You're allowed to do fan things. So when Reggie comes and knocking, just tell him I said it was okay. No, I don't feel too infringed when people fuck around with my music, because the original's still there. You can very, very easily listen to the original Trolls and Goblins, my take on Trolls and Goblins. And I'm sure there are many takes on Trolls and Goblins. But, you know, the Trolls and Goblins of, say, 10 years ago, what a stupid song it is, too. It's so dumb. But the Trolls and Goblins of 10 years ago and 5 years ago is different than the one that we just recorded. So, no, I think it's cool. Hey, there are some cover versions of songs that are better than the originals. All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. I think it's better than Bob Dylan's. Some people like Man Who Sold the World from Nirvana better than Bowie. Really burns me up. Or rather, it'll really burn you up. I'm so fucked. I have no HP. I'm dead. I'm ruined. Okay, so the fire kind of goes away. Wow. Wow, I feel like a fucking idiot. Do you know what happened there? I got confused by the perspective. I know how dumb that sounds, but I'm serious. I didn't realize that his nose was close enough. I don't know. I just made a really stupid fucking mistake. God, if only I was perfect at video games all the time. Life would be so much dandy. Okay. Oh, that was right, that was fire. You know, for a game that plays intrinsically the same as Yoshi's Island, in almost every way, it's mind-blowing to think about the amount of work that went into the graphics for this game, as opposed to Yoshi's Island. I mean, sure, we're talking about a 20-year difference, but... like, you could get away with just making a few, you know, just making the sprites and the crayon look like a small team, finishing it in a few years. I can't even imagine how big the team was for this game. Just the difference. Same gameplay, but different expectations from gamers. So you gotta make it look awesome. Like, just this one area alone, there was more work put into these assets for this area than all of Yoshi's Island combined. I'm obviously, there's no way I can prove that, but it is a possibility. Is it a probability? Probability not. But yeah, 20 years, man. Jesus. Alright, so I'm still not sure how to defeat this guy. That explains it. Alright, so you have to wait until he's not red anymore. Oh man, I thought I could shoot the eggs. Do you remember in Yoshi's Island when you could shoot the eggs into the distance, into the background, when you fought Bowser Jr.? Like Big Bowser Jr., like, or Big Baby Bowser or whatever. And it fucking blew your mind. Well, it blew my mind. I was kind of hoping that would be like that. Yeah, Yoshi's Island was a game that I never owned until I got older. Until, the one on the Game Boy Advance. The re-release. But I rented Yoshi's Island so many times, and I had a friend that had it. That game was the shit. Playing Yoshi's Island at the age of 10 was a magical experience. And it just seemed like every inch of that game was bursting with secrets and things to find, and just, it was awesome. I should stream Yoshi's Island. I have in the past. It's probably been about 4 or 5, maybe 3.5, 4 years since I streamed it. But yeah, one day I'll stream Yoshi's Island. Alright, so that's the boss. And that's my cue to check the art. I do like four stages, 4 levels each stream. Bunson, the Yoshi. I love that the water is like a blanket. It's like a sheet. Yeah, so that's Yoshi's Woolly World. Gonna try to put a little more time into it this week, along with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Probably very close to finishing Symphony of the Night. Maybe 1 or 2 more streams of it. And then I'll have more time for this. And I probably won't start anything new, because Fallout 4 is like 10 days. And I think I want to clear my schedule for Fallout 4, to be honest, because I'm really going to be into that. But you know what? The way I stream, I'm thinking about this now, I don't only want to do Fallout 4. because I know like everyone's going to be streaming it. So I'll probably do Fallout 4 as well as one other thing. Or maybe a series of things. Maybe I'll do Super Metroid around the time I finish Woolly World, so that way I have something in conjunction with Fallout. And I'll just do some more classics, you know, just to keep it interesting. We'll see. I'll think about it. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. You saw me earlier become a Smash Brothers Melee champion. So, it's been a very exciting day for me. And now I've got a little art to show you guys.